I recently broke over $120,000 for my Amazon business, but if I had to start it all over again, I don't know if I would. Let me explain. It's a revolution. When I decided to start Amazon, I was in a similar situation to where I bet a lot of you are right now. I was doing something I didn't necessarily love. I was just working excruciating hours. Like I was doing this catering company, and it was brutal, right? 85% of my days were putting out fires, and not literal fires. I wasn't that bad of a catering company, but it was just soul draining. Like honestly, it was brutal. And then I needed that escape, right? I needed to just get something where I could stop doing what I was doing and have more time to do things that I actually enjoyed doing. But there was this other side of me where it was like I had pride in my catering company, right? Because I was a business owner, 19-year-old business owner. I felt all cool. I made business cards. I think I have some laying around here. I can probably pull them out for you. Yeah, right here. So there's my business cards. Just like that. I'd drop them on the table. I'd be like, yeah, look boys, CEO. And then 2 minutes later, we're eating dinner. The waitress comes, drops the bill, and I'm like, because I was broke as a joke, even though I was, a business owner. It's like that quintessential entrepreneur struggle. So let's fast forward. I meet Nick. I discover Amazon. I told you guys before, we met at this sales conference, so we were just sitting down and he's showing me his numbers. So let's grab my phone here. He's showing me his numbers, just casually dropping numbers as Nick does.
$3,532, as you can see right over there.
Just like this. This one is 15K, or, a little faster how Nick likes to speak. And I was just like there drooling, like, what? 15K what? $15,000? And he's like, yep, $50,000 US dollars. I'm like, are you kidding me, dude? And that was back then, 30K. He's probably doing 50 right now for that specific account. And I was just drooling like a bulldog, like, what is this guy doing? I'm like, we're sitting there, we're drinking coffee, and in the time, I'm thinking about my clients, right? I'm thinking about, I'm stressing out, and then I deliver this one, this guy changed his order, this, someone's called in sick, my employee's called in sick. And then he's just on this money printing app, just like, pop, 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 pop. And it's not even a big deal for him. I was like, dude, I need to do what you are doing, right? So that's when we kind of figured it all out. And that's when we joined forces. So I enter the world of Amazon, okay? I take course after course, probably where you guys are right now, trying to take courses, thinking about getting courses. I took them all in, just like this video right over here. And I learned everything I could jam-packed it, right? So I binged it, there you go. All within a week, bumped out these courses. I had Nick help me look for some products. I did the product research, but he would verify them for me, and I'm just like, everything's going smooth. I'm super happy. I'm like, taking this fresh opportunity, breathing it all in, breathing the new opportunity, exhale the old, right? And I'm like, finally, if I could just reach right there, it's so close, I can see it. The world of Amazon, passive income, and I'm just like, finally, I can leave these 16-hour days behind. Now listen up, Empire Nation. That was the worst assumption of my life. And let me tell you why. When you enter the world of Amazon, it is literally like walking into the Amazon jungle, right? Guns N' Roses. It's gonna bring you to your... in the early stages, you're going to have these amazing days. You're just high on life. Everything's exciting. And then as you get into it, you get into the grind, you're going to have days where you just want to get your inventory, throw it in a paper bag, set it on fire, and leave it on Jeff Bezos' doorstep.
What the hell is it? What do you want?
Because it gets just like blood boiling, frustrating. It gets it gets to the point where it's just rough, right? Like I'll go into it in a bit, but there's a lot of stuff that can happen on Amazon where it makes you want to pull your hair out, okay? So those 16-hour days became 10-hour days. Good news, right? But the hours can be worse sometimes because you gotta remember, at least when you're living where I live, like West Canada, down to California, you're staying up at like 3, 4 a.m. to talk to suppliers that are in China that are on the other side of the world. And you just have to stay up in order to get stuff done, sometimes you got to be up at the right time to talk to these people when they're almost a day ahead of you, and the time zones just don't match up. So that gets hard. There's hijackers. Okay, so these are literal pirates, like Jack Sparrow, straight up pirates. Like they can steal your income. Like let's think about this in like a physical store. There's someone walks into your store, sets up their own cash register, and sells your products to your customers and takes all your money, and there's nothing you can do about it, right? You have to go through this process, and of course you can eventually get rid of them, but it's just sometimes there's days at a time where there's nothing you can do, and they're just stealing your income for days, right? And then worst of all is that you're playing in the Amazon jungle. It's their book. It's their rules. Everything, your business lives, dies, rides on the Amazon team, the Amazon algorithms that they have, right? So very limited control on the platform. But yeah, those are the things that really makes Amazon tough, right? So it's definitely not the beautiful, perfect world that a lot of these gurus online like to paint, right? Where it's just like income and passive, and you're working 2 hours a day and you have Lamborghinis, and it's just like super cool, easy, fun lifestyle with Amazon. That's not the way it's gonna that's not the way it's gonna play out, at least not in a short amount of time, right? Where you can be super passive. With Nick, he could leave, he could go to Brazil, he could be good for a year, he could be good for 2 years and run it totally passively. But once you get to that point where you are an expert at it, there's no reason to stop building, right? Because if you look at it, in 6 months, I was able to get to $125,000 in sales. We have course students who are almost going to surpass me, like Mo. He's almost going to surpass my sales. I think he probably already has surpassed my sales, and he's only been sitting it for 3 months. So would I do it again? If I lost it all, yes, I would reluctantly do it again. I'd probably take a month off, but I would get back into it because it is fast, but big but here. Big but. I would do a lot of things differently. I would change almost everything I did. And I will get into that right now because I'm sure you're wondering. So what would I change if I was to start everything from the beginning? Number one, and this was the biggest lesson, of course, is why it's number one, is that I would get the money first and then put all the eggs into the best basket. Now, what do I mean by that? Get the money first, meaning don't just... Okay, I know I've gone into debt and I've gone into loans here. So if you're against loans, that's fine. It doesn't matter. Just disregard what I'm about to say. But I would get the money first. I started with $12,000, which is a lot, and you can definitely be successful with $12,000 saved up. But I eventually got a $50,000 loan. If I was to start over again, I would have got that loan first. Now that would be hard because I wouldn't be able to get it under the business. I probably would have taken it out personally, honestly, just under my personal name, get the loan, get the money, and shoot in as much money as I can at the very beginning, because the more money you start with, the less problems you have down the line, especially when you try to stretch it out. So that leads into the other thing I said for number one is put all your eggs into the best basket. Now I know that's like kind of against what you usually hear, don't put your eggs into one basket, but for Amazon, I definitely think that's the best way to go. Because what I did, I started with $12,000 and I spread that out. So I started when my first order was $6,000. I did $3,000 to one product, $3,000 to another product, launched them. So many things went wrong. I'll get into that too. But eventually, when you spread out like that, you get into cash flow issues, right? So you have less inventory of each product. And at the time, I was looking for quantity of products, not quality, which was the dumbest thing you could possibly ever. Do not do that. Look for the best product. Don't just try to say, oh, this one's pretty good, this one's pretty good, this one's pretty good. Let's get all of them, and probably one of them will be good. Look for one where this is 100% good. Go run with it. Okay, take it, run like Forrest Gump, and just keep on running. Because it's not like a box of chocolates. You know what you're gonna get when you do your research, right? It's not some random like, oh, I hope this product does good. If you make a Grand Slam bundle the way Nick teaches, you do your research like diligently, no shortcuts, and you come to market with something unique, 100% unique, you will do well. It's just that simple. Like, you will do well. So put all your eggs into the best basket. Do not spread it out too soon. You're going to spread yourself thin. You're going to run into cash flow problems. Then you're going to need to take out more money anyways, which again, you should have done in the first place. So point number 2, don't treat this like a hobby. Dedicate more time. So when I started, I was in the mindset of side hustle. Okay, Amazon's going to be my side gig, and then I'm going to do catering full time, and I'm going to make so much money doing both, because Amazon's passive, right? That's passive. That's what they tell you. That's not the case, guys. Again, it's not for a while. Okay, so I kind of treated it like a hobby, and that was a big mistake. Now that doesn't mean I didn't act fast. Like I said, when I found out about Amazon, I had 2 products within the first month. So I was moving fast, but not like efficiently. I was just like going with that broken down car, speeding down the highway. Eventually it's gonna break and crash and burn, right? Which it did. My first 2 products, bye-bye. So I was spending 2 hours a night. I didn't do my proper research, like I just said, with the Grand Slam bundle and everything. I was just kind of doing just a bare minimum of what I could do. I would ask Nick, I'd kind of rely on him to kind of show me the way, and then I would just, okay, yeah, if that's what you say, I'll just do it. I'll just blindly just go, with very vague advice. I was just kind of going at it because, people online make it seem so easy. I thought it was going to be easy, which don't assume that, because it's not. So don't treat it like a hobby. If you want to get into Amazon, you got to remember this is a business, like a straight up real business, okay? It's online, it's e-commerce, so there's kind of this disconnect of, it's just kind of like, it's there, it's kind of going in the background. But if you really want to succeed, this is a business where you want to make a brand, put real marketing dollars into it, have real nice design, nice branding, and really kill it, because that's the only way to kill it, is to really try to kill it. And don't think you can just buy a crappy product, put a sticker logo on it, put it on Amazon, and then be freaking a millionaire, because that's not gonna happen. So if you want to get into Amazon, treat it like it's your business. And the third and final tip for this video, which is also the most costly one for me, so stick around, is get samples always. Always get samples, okay? Now, I stressed always because it's very important. 3 times I didn't get samples, 3 times I got screwed over. Simple as that, 100% of the time. First time, my first product, didn't get samples, okay? I thought, hey, I can just pull pictures off my competitors. I'm good at Photoshop. I can Photoshop it. He'll never know it was his. Put my logo on it, change the background, everything's Gucci. Not the case. 2 weeks later, product was actually selling pretty well. 2 weeks later, got hit with a copyright infringement. Then it was up to the guy who sent the copy, so it was up to my competitor to allow me to use images again. So since I'm a Canadian, I couldn't even order my own, I was going to say ship, by the way. I couldn't even order my own inventory to my house to take new pictures of it, because I'm a Canadian. So I sell on .com, those of you who don't know. I only sell to America, right? So I couldn't order my products myself, so I had to get supplier pictures. Now, and there was another disaster, because this was the first time that supplier ever made this product. They made similar products. I came to them, said, hey, can you make this thing? I know you don't have it in your thing, but can you make it? They're like, yeah, we can make that for you. We can do it cheaper than these guys. So I'm like, cool. But since it was the first time making it, they didn't have any professional pictures done for it, because I was the only client that ever ordered it. And they just took pictures off their phone, sent it to me, and those were the pictures I had. Okay, long story short, that product is gone. I no longer sell that. Second time I didn't get samples. This time, this one was even crazy. I couldn't even believe this one myself. They had pictures on their Alibaba listing, right? So I thought they were gonna look exactly like that. I said, put this logo on it. So I photoshopped it again with their pictures, and then I put my logo on it at the time. So by the way, these are my first 2 products. I know much better now. So I ordered it, assuming they were going to look like the pictures on their Alibaba listing plus my logo. That did not happen. This product got destroyed in reviews, because everyone that got the product, it didn't even match my Amazon listing, because the product that they sent was not the same as the product that was on their Alibaba listing. So it was a total mess. Luckily, I didn't order too many units. That product's gone actually down to one destroyed. The third time I didn't get samples, fool me 3 times, right? It was kind of a similar thing. I ordered a variation product, okay? One red, one blue. The red one had a different logo than the blue one had. So I was selling 2 of the same product, but my logos were just different. It was like an outdated logo and then a new logo. They were totally different looking thing. That one wasn't as big of a deal. I still sell that product. I eventually got that changed. But all of these things cost me a few $1,000s, could have been prevented with a free sample to my house. Okay, a free sample. Now, especially if you're Canadian, it's very important to get the sample because you can't, like I said, order your own inventory unless you're selling on .ca. So, those are my tips. After all of this, how can you be sure if you want to start an Amazon FBA business, right? I know I made it just sound like you're walking through Jurassic Park, and sometimes it does feel like that, but here's the test now. This whole video was a test. If you watch this whole video and you're thinking, hey, that doesn't seem that bad, I could probably handle that, then go get your seller account right now if you don't already and start selling, because you probably can handle it if you are still interested. If you're still highly interested in Amazon, after I told you all the worst parts of it, go for it because you're going to make some money, okay? Now, if you're sitting there thinking, oh, Amazon's probably shit, it's probably horrible, I'm going to leave, I'm going to look for another opportunity, then I don't know, right? I can't say for sure. Obviously, it's not a real test. I don't know what you can handle, right? And as I said earlier, the jungle is not for the faint of heart. But one thing I do know is that nothing in this world worth having comes easy. And this was hard as fuck. If I had to start all over again,